Hey, how's it going, buddies? This is Shihab, and today I'm gonna talk about Galaxy S6 and Galaxy S6 Edge. First, let's take a overview of the specs. It has a 5.1-inch Quad HD display with a resolution of 1440 into 2560, and PPI rocks in 577 pixel per inch. Both front and back is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 4. I will talk about the design in a moment. It has Samsung's Exynos 7420 chipset with total number of 8 cores, which meaning it is a octa-core processor but divided by 2 quad-core. So one quad-core processor running 1.5 GHz Cortex A53 and second quad-core processor running 2.1 GHz Cortex A57. It has Mali-T 760 GPU. First of all, no memory card, no expandability in memory, but the Samsung Galaxy S6 coming with 32 gigs, 64 gigs and 128 gigs. It has 3 gigs of RAM. It's running TouchWiz Samsung's user interface over Android 5.0 Lollipop. 16 megapixel rear shooter, 5 megapixel front shooter. Rear shooter can shoot in 4K. Lots of good stuffs in camera. We'll get into that in full review, but I'm not gonna talk about those things in here. Now I'm going to start talking about the design of Samsung Galaxy S6. First of all, in some angle it may remind you about iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, because the bottom of this device has a lot of similarities like iPhone 6, 6S, 6 Plus, whatever. But though if you think overall design, for the very first time I liked the design of a flagship smartphone. I never liked a flagship smartphone of a brand, Samsung, because it feels very cheap in hand because of this plasticky finish. But now it has a glass back and front. Obviously front is glass, but back is glass, and the edge around of the phone edge is metal, and it looks pretty good. The 16 megapixel camera in back protrudes a little bit, but that's won't be a problem because it has pure sapphire glass protection top on it. I always hate tactile home key or physical home key. So in fact I also hate the capacitive keys that was used to come in earlier years, like back button, home button and multitask button in capacitive 3 button underneath the main screen. I like it inside the screen. Samsung is stuck with their design. Maybe that's the only thing they got for make something unique. Like, yep, in earlier days HTC One Plus or some other early devices, and from Sony, it's a long ago, maybe back then it was Sony Ericsson. On those days there were capacitive keys, back button, home button and multitask button, because there were no option inside the screen. The design of the user interface or the operating system was like that, but now it's changed. You have option to implement it inside the screen, so why use extra space along your chin and make some, I mean, completely unnecessary two capacitive button. One is back button and one is multitask button, and a large tactile physical button to home. And another thing, double pressing the physical button, it will open the camera app, which is very much annoying to me, because sometimes I just like to press the home button, just doing it. If it's a start camera, I will hate that. I hope there will be definitely an option to turn that off, but I don't know surely. So for the very first time Samsung impressed me with their design, but I would rather go for this phone if there are a few things. First of all, this tactile home button. If at least there were a capacity button as a home button, I would maybe consider, but I almost like hate pressing this thumb to access a tactile physical button. I don't know, I just used to it. And another thing is the earpiece. I wish if Samsung would redesign their earpiece a little bit, because back then in 2011 or 12, the Samsung Galaxy Y, the entry-level Galaxy phone, has this same earpiece design, and after that in every flagship S3, S4, S5 and also in S6, the same earpiece design. This is kind of boring and not cool, so I wish Samsung redesigned this earpiece. Otherwise, I really liked the design. It's good. At least as a flagship device, for the very first time I like the design of Samsung phones. So yep, thumbs up Samsung, especially the metal surrounding edge is pretty awesome. Anyway, these were my likes and disappointments. Another thing, there is a edge version of the same phone which has a curved edge in both left and side of this screen. So if you want my personal opinion, would I go for the Samsung Galaxy 6, Samsung Galaxy 6s or the 6s Edge? I would rather go for the Edge because of it's new. Maybe first time it will feel me a little bit awkward, but I'll get used to that very soon, so that wouldn't be a problem. So I'd go for the Edge. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to get more tech videos. Click here to subscribe. As always, I'll see you soon.